You ever wake up one morning, step out onto a creaky porch, mug of coffee in hand, and feel so much quiet that it almost spooks you? That was me, my very first sunrise at the new place. No roar of lawnmowers, no HOA emails about mailbox color, not even a whiff of those newsletters threatening to fine me for painting the front door unapproved blue. Just honest-to-God silence. I could hear the wind brushing the pines, the fog slowly peeling away from the foothills. If I'd ever needed a sign I'd made the right decision getting out of Whitestone Hills, this was it. The kids were still dead asleep upstairs, exhausted from the kind of move that leaves your arms shaking and your brain scrambled. We'd lost the cat twice, survived on cold pizza, and laughed so hard last night I nearly forgot why we'd had to leave everything behind in the first place. Truth is, it wasn't the mess that bothered me. It was my mess. My land, my walls, and, most importantly, no HOA peering over my fence counting my dandelions. That was the deal breaker when I started looking for a fresh start. Never again was I letting some little tyrant with a clipboard decide how I lived. I'd learned my lesson the hard way. You ever think community means friendly neighbors, maybe a barbecue or two, folks who help shovel your driveway? Not in Whitestone Hills. Out there, I got fined for everything. My son's soccer ball on the grass overnight, a hammock between two trees, and the grand prize, a citation for unsightly recreational equipment, aka the treehouse we'd built together. That thing was our summer. Painted it with our initials, spent weekends up there. But the HOA? They saw a lawsuit waiting to happen. They took it down with a chainsaw while I was at work. After $18,000 in fines, 2 years in and out of court, and the collapse of my marriage. Yeah, I walked away. Sold the house. Promised myself, next time, no HOA. Just land, legally outside anyone's reach. And I found it. 20 acres in High Pines County, private road, lawyer check deed stating no current or future association. For the first hour, I thought I'd made it. Boxes stacked by the garage, kids' laughter drifting out a window, and me planning my next cup of coffee. But wouldn't you know it, the devil always finds a loophole. Just as I was wrestling the last moving box out of the U-Haul, a woman came striding up the driveway. Not a neighborly type. She had no cookies, no plant, just a stiff leather folder and a glare sharp enough to peel paint. Didn't bother with introductions, just stomped over my lawn in expensive heels, stopped 2 feet from me, and let out a good morning that sounded like a warning shot. You ever feel your stomach hit the floor? I'm Karen Foster, president of High Pines Preserve Homeowners Association. My mouth went dry. Not just any Karen. The Karen from Whitestone Hills. The one who'd basically orchestrated my 2 years of hell. She looked older, maybe had some work done, but that voice, still all fake sugar and cold steel. Your president here? I croaked out, still hoping this was some kind of sick prank. She nodded, slid open her folder, and said, "Our revised jurisdictional map puts this property under HOA rules. New homeowners are required to sign these." She held out a pen like she was offering a poisoned apple. I took a step back, calm but sharp. My deed says otherwise. Zoning's clear. I checked with my lawyer, twice. Karen's smile twitched, but her eyes stayed flat. That's outdated. County planning approved a revised buffer zone last month. All new owners within the buffer are subject to HOA regs. I wanted to laugh. A buffer zone? That's new. Listen, you can take it up with my lawyer. I'm not signing. For a flicker, she looked human, something almost like fear, but then she slipped the mask back on. Refusal to comply will result in penalties. Noncompliance isn't optional. She tried to hand me the papers again. I just pointed to the road. You're trespassing. Please leave. She didn't flinch. If you think you can disregard community standards, you're in for a rude awakening. I met her stare. Lady, I am the rude awakening. She spun on her heel and stomped away, gravel cracking under her heels. I should have known it wouldn't be that easy. By afternoon, the driveway was a mess of boxes and scattered toys. I was inside breaking down cardboard when that same crunch of gravel brought me back to the door. There she was, Karen Foster, folder clutched, lips pressed in a hard line, sunglasses off, eyes burning. I tried being civil, she hissed. Your refusal to cooperate is a direct violation of HOA compliance statutes. I rolled my eyes. You're obstructing my moving day. I'm not in your HOA. You are now, she barked, waving her folder. The zoning board already signed off. Show me. She flipped to a map, lines and highlighter everywhere. Looked like a kid's art project. See this green? That's the border. Lot 12. I had to laugh. That's not even my street. You drew over the creek. She snapped the folder shut. You think this is funny? No. I'm mocking you, I shot back. That did it. She exploded, shouting about standards and authority, accusing me of ruining her community. Then she kicked one of my boxes. Porcelain dishes crashed across the porch. My daughter peeked from the door, lip quivering. That was it. Karen, stop. Leave. Now. She picked up a plate and shattered it on purpose. I'll have you out of here in a week. She stomped toward my U-Haul, yanking on the cables. I blocked her way. You've crossed a line. She started yelling. You're assaulting me. I'm calling the police. Go ahead, I said, dialing 911 myself. She screamed into her phone. He's attacking me. He's violent. All while standing 10 feet away. My kids were crying. She pointed at them. They're trespassing too. Something inside me turned to ice. Karen, you need to leave. Police are on their way. You're on camera. For once, she seemed rattled. She stumbled away toward her car, still shouting into her phone. Richard, get over here now. He attacked me. Didn't take long. A black pickup came roaring up. Big guy in a security jacket, mirrored sunglasses. You Jonathan Burke? Yeah, who's asking? He jabbed a finger. You laid hands on my wife. Karen leapt out. Phone up, recording. That's him, Richard. He attacked me. I tried to de-escalate, but Richard shoved me in the chest. Don't tell me to calm down. Karen wailed about being pushed. He swung at me, caught my shoulder. I twisted his wrist, kneed him in the gut. Walk away before the cops show. Karen shrieked. He's attacking right now. Richard lunged again, grabbing my collar. We crashed into moving boxes, lamp shattered. Sirens blared, red and blue lights splashing across the trees. Police. Hands where I can see them. Everything froze. I explained to the officers. I called you. They're trespassing, vandalizing property. Everything's on camera. Karen gasped, waving a scratched arm. He threatened me. Officers checked my security feed, showed everything, including me holding the phone and keeping distance. One looked at Karen. Ma'am, why'd you enter his property? I'm HOA president. This is community property. The officer shook his head. Not according to county records. They led Karen and Richard away, Karen sobbing. You'll regret this. I just watched the cruiser door close. Police asked if I wanted to press charges. Absolutely. Trespassing, property destruction, false reporting, for Karen. Assault and battery for Richard. The officers were blunt. This is clear-cut. Karen shot daggers from the patrol car, mascara streaked, Richard scowling beside her. After that, the mess in the yard was nothing compared to the mess in my head. I called my lawyer, Theo, a quiet guy, but with a bite like a Rottweiler. I told him everything. He said, go after them civilly. Hit the HOA too. She's not working alone. Sent him the camera files. Out of curiosity, I posted the footage to TikTok. She said I assaulted her. Here's the tape. HOA abuse is real. Didn't expect it, but it blew up. 50,000 views in hours, then 200,000, then 1 million by the next day. Comment section full of HOA nightmares. Fines for a snowman, for the wrong flowers. National news started calling. CBS Colorado wanted an interview. Then came the twist. Next morning, a manila envelope in my mailbox, no return address. Inside, a flash drive, a note. Karen isn't the only problem. Watch board meeting July 14th. The video showed Karen and Don Sanders, the HOA vice president, on Zoom. Don said, as long as the paperwork gets filed before the homeowner challenges it, we're golden. If they fight, the legal fund will drain them. Karen replied, start with the new guy on the hill. My blood went cold. It was a setup, fraudulent boundaries, targeting new owners. I called Theo again. This just turned local trespass into a class action, he said, practically purring. I posted a blurred snippet. 5 million views overnight. HOA in meltdown. Karen resigned for health reasons. Don denied everything. Too late. Homeowners came forward with stories. The DA filed charges. Karen for trespass, vandalism, false report. Richard for assault. Don, soon to be civilly sued. My case, airtight. Karen got probation, therapy, and a no-contact order. Richard got 3 months in county, a $10,000 fine. The HOA withdrew all claims on my land. Week after court, I put up a steel sign at the driveway. Private property. No HOA. Trespassers will be recorded, reported, and prosecuted. That satisfaction? Better than whiskey. Life's lighter now. My daughter paints in the sunroom. My son builds a treehouse. No threats, no clipboard Karens, just wood, nails, dreams. Sometimes people spot me in town. Hey, you're the TikTok HOA guy. Some want selfies. One guy even printed my face on a shirt. HOA? No way. It's ridiculous, but you gotta laugh. Theo says HOAs all over are changing bylaws. People are fighting back. Most days, the house is quiet. The kind of quiet I fought for. No more patrols, no more flyers, just wind, birds, a squirrel trying to raid the tomatoes. Every time a car slows up by my new sign, I just smile. No one comes down my drive. Not anymore. So, here's my question. What would you have done? Have you tangled with a nightmare HOA? Or had someone cross your line just because they thought they could? Drop your story, your city, your Karen moment down below. Let's see just how far this madness reaches. And if you're with me, if you think it's time to push back, share this story. Stand up. This fight, it's bigger than just me.